Maryland lawmakers face countless challenges this legislative session, but through it all, they united in getting the state's budget passed and important priorities met.
That's right. Today, Governor Wes Moore, along with Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller, House Speaker Adrian Jones, and Senate President Bill Ferguson all gathered at the State House to sign the state's budget bill, as well as other bills. CTV's Katara Jones is in Annapolis with more.
After a tough legislative session, which included a $3.3 billion deficit, Governor Wes Moore finally signs the state's balanced budget into law.
We were not in the same place on January 8th when session started as we were once we hit sine die.
The budget, which Moore calls responsible and balanced, includes $2 billion in cuts, preserving 8% in the state's rainy day fund, and the creation of 2 new tax brackets for high-income earners, among others.
This was not just about balancing a budget. It was about weathering 2 very distinct and individual storms: a financial crisis and a fiscal crisis, and a new White House that is determined to attack our economy.
I think it's important to remind folks where we were, taking a $3.3 billion deficit and turning it into what ended up being a $2.4 billion cash reserve and surplus. Thank you to the Secretary and for all of the members of the General Assembly who worked together.
Another bill that was signed was Senate Bill 357 that will expand the authority of the state's Prescription Drug Affordability Board. A bill that was not signed and vetoed was Senate Bill 587, which would have established the Maryland Reparations Commission. Advocates for reparations here in Maryland voiced their frustration over Moore's action.
Governor Wes Moore, your veto of Senate Bill 587 is unacceptable, and you must reverse, and the legislature must override your veto, or there's going to be a problem with your constituents in this state. This
was the governor's 5th and final bill signing of 2025. Katara Jones, CTV News.